Alrighty, so hello everybody, welcome into the gaming box. Today we are not playing a game. I'm not Ricardo, I'm Ryan, by the way. So we're not playing a game. We are playing nothing. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so retarded. Okay, so whew, we're not playing a game. We're talking about video games. We're not playing video games. So basically, we're talking about Battlefield and Call of Duty. Which one's better, why, and what you should do. Well, not what you should do, but which one you should try if you haven't tried it before. So, all of you have probably played Call of Duty. If you're not, you're sheltered. um, if you haven't played Call of Duty, you should definitely try it. I highly recommend World War II. Black Ops 4 is okay. Yeah. Sorry about bad mic quality, by the way. It's not Ricardo's nice mic. So, anyway, uh, if you haven't played Battlefield before, I highly, highly suggest you do. Battlefield 4, I would say, is really great to play. Battlefield 4 is good. Battlefield 5, if you're not into like World War II games, don't play Battlefield 5, and obviously don't play Call of Duty World War II. So, now that's taken care of. I would say that campaign-wise, that's the first thing we're going to cover is campaigns. Campaign-wise, I would say that Call of Duty is better just because of the storylines. I mean, Battlefield campaigns, the I don't know, the gameplay is really solid. Black Ops, God, Battlefield gameplay is always really solid, but I don't know what it is about the campaigns. The story just isn't there. In Ghosts, for example, the multiplayer gameplay was just not up to par with everything else that was on the market at the time. Wow, that was not my phone. um, so, yeah, it's just not up to par with everything else that's on the market. Things that are on the market at that time, I believe Gears of War 4 had come out, and that was right when the Xbox One came out. So it was still weird for a game to be on Xbox One because nothing was there. It just was weird, you know? So with that came, like, should we put it only on Xbox One? Should we put it on Xbox 360? Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I didn't sneeze. um, so that came with what console should we put it on? Should we put it on a new console? Should we put it on the old console? So they put it on both. They didn't optimize it for Xbox One, but they didn't optimize it for 360. So graphically speaking, it just wasn't there, you know? Graphics weren't there yet, what they should have been at. Now, multiplayer wise, maps were way too big. People died way too quickly, and you just really had no chance with anything because by the time you would actually get to the combat zones of the map, you'd be dead. Um, so that was the main issue with multiplayer. Gun choice wasn't really there. You could buy any gun if you have points to do so. There was just no leveling. There was no incentive to actually play the game. Campaign, though, that was really, really good. Maps were really well sized. You weren't running around too much, but you weren't just standing in one place defending, you know? Um, with that, there was a great storyline. The same amount of weapons from, uh, same amount of weapons from multiplayer, obviously, but you could you could mess around with them more. You had all the attachments there for you. You know, it was just different. You know, I really enjoyed that campaign. Um, then there's Battlefield campaigns. I think I already went over this, but there's not there. You know, Battlefield 4 it skipped around a lot. There was no really good parts of it. I would say it was very rage inducing for me and other people I've talked to. So yeah. All right. So multiplayer. Multiplayer is the next thing we're dealing with, and multiplayer is a weird thing because some people really love to rush, uh, just go in with no intel and just start shooting up the place, right? Squish, yay, what? And there's other people that just love to be strategic with it, and they just love to be like, all right, how can I go in safely? How can I not get instantly killed? How far is that guy? If you're sniping, use a rangefinder. If your game allows it, use a rangefinder. How far is he? How do I have to adjust for bullet drop? Whatever. So I think Battlefield is a much more tactical game. You have a lot more options with your like gadgets and stuff. They have binoculars and rangefinders that tell you how far your target is away from you if you're sniping. Um, so how far you have to wind your target, range your target, whatever. So along with that, there's lots of weapons. It's just insane the amount of weapons in the game. I mean, there's probably at least 100 weapons. Not at least 100 weapons. It's probably an exaggeration. There's probably 30 weapons though. Um, I don't know what it is, dude. There's just so many weapons, and it just makes the game so interesting because there's just so many different things you can try out. Um, and it's a great experience to play. I really enjoy it. Yeah. So with sorry, with the addition of Battlefield 5, I wouldn't say recently, but it's not that old. Um, they definitely fixed a few things. They fixed the um, leveling system on weapons. So now, rather than leveling up your gun with kills, you have all the attachments there for you, but there's not that many attachments in Battlefield 5. You have the attachments there for you, but you still level it up for like different colors, camos, whatever. You can mix and match. So on the um, what was I gonna say? Size, I believe that Black Ops 4 is an 18-person game, 9v9, or 12-person 6v6. Battlefield 4, and I think still Battlefield 5, is 64 players, 32v32. The games are huge. Um, you just get so many people in your game, and it's so much fun because it's squad based, and you can communicate with your squad. You can be tactical. You have a medic in your squad, whatever. It's just very, I don't know, it just has something to it that doesn't really have it in Call of Duty, And they have uh, vehicles in Battlefield 4. They have um, interacting. You can interact with your surroundings, such as walls, buildings, um, whatever, that kind of thing. You can shoot a rocket launcher at a building, and the building will fall if you shoot enough rocket launchers. There's a map called Siege of Shanghai in Battlefield 4 where you can break down the big skyscraper in the middle that everyone tries to rush in to, and I don't know, it just adds this sense of, wow, it's my own battlefield. I'm actually in the game. So that's how I feel about that. Memes, kind of just want to throw this in there for fun. Meme wise, World War II for sure. Call of Duty in general. Black Ops 3 was Tringo Boom. That was funny. Um, not Black Ops. World War II was a bomb has been planted on our ammo supply. Um, what else can I think of? I can't think of anything right now. So, yeah. Can't really think of anything in Battlefield currently, but yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff with the games, but there's also funny stuff in the games. Alright, now it's other stuff. Zombies, I was going to talk about next, it was publishers. So, publishers is a weird thing. If you don't like a publisher, you don't buy their games, you boycott, whatever. EA publishes Battlefield, and I know some people don't like Battlefield just because of the publishers. EA has been known to be a little deceitful, lock things behind paywalls, and make their games fairly pay to win. I just changed it to Battlefield 4 just because we could throw a little bit of that in. Here's my terrible sniping skills. Yeah. I think that with publishers comes a different style of game because Activision, they're really they have sports games, I think, but I know they really are primarily shooter and action style games. But for sure in Battlefield, there is not pay to win. In Call of Duty, there is some pay to win, but Battlefield, there's not. I mean, there are battle packs, which is like a supply drop basically, but they give you things such as attachments, and the attachments are really just personal preference. If you want a 1x red dot sight, you can get a 1x red dot regularly in the game, but you can find better looking ones, in my opinion. in battle packs. If you want a 4x sight, you can get a 4x scope in battle packs, but you can also get a 4x scope from just playing the game, leveling up your weapons. So, I mean, it all comes down to whether you want to play through the game or you just want to, um, or you just want to um, get through it in a breeze and get your attachments by buying your packs. Yeah, so that was a very bad cut. Sorry about that, Ricardo. It's a little cringy. So I think I was gonna go to next was, I think, overall look at it. I think personally, I'm a little bit of a Battlefield fanboy. Sorry, dog. This is my dog, Barney, by the way. Anyway, I'm a little bit of a Battlefield fanboy. I love the games to death. I love Call of Duty though. I've been playing Call of Duty since I got an Xbox. I mean, it's just, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just such a the games. It's such a good type of game. I love shooter games. I hope they go on to be really big when VR gets super big. I know there's a few great. Yeah. What are you doing? I know there's a bunch of great VR shooter games. Hey, come here. Come here. What's your problem? I know there's a lot of great VR shooter games. Pavlov is great. Onward is great. But with that comes a want to get better, to have your game made. So I think that Call of Duty eventually will port to VR when the VR technology gets better. And when it does port to VR, I think that it's going to be something really, really great. So, do you hear this? I think that when they port to VR, it's going to be really, really great for the gaming community and games in general. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching the Gaming Box. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Ricardo will be back soon with his fancy microphone, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.